Morning to every one of you. Today, I am happy to teach the subject valuation of goodwill and shares. The chapter is valuation of goodwill and shares. And in this chapter, first let us study the valuation of goodwill. And in this chapter, let us know about the meaning of the goodwill. Goodwill is an intangible asset, but it is not a fictitious asset. It is a good name earned by the company because of the more profit, more sales, more customer satisfaction, and more demand for the product. Maybe good hotels and good product, Horlicks, then that service providers, Geo or Airtel, having good name. They are having good name yet. And what is the purpose of ascertainment of the goodwill arise? Goodwill is to be calculated when a concern is going to sell, going to liquidate, and another company is going to buy. In that case, that buying company wants to know the good name. Then only after acquiring, it is possible for them to take over and continue the business without any strain, and thereby they can earn more profit. That is ultimate aim for this ascertainment of the goodwill. Then let us know about the different types of valuation of goodwill. See, there are 6 different types of valuation of the goodwill that we are going to study one by one, and I think it can be provided in 3 videos that would be more convenient for the viewers and the learners and the students. And first I wish to explain about the meaning of the different types of calculations, that are methods of calculation of goodwill. That is, one is arbitration method, second one is the average profit method, third one is the super profit method, fourth one is the capitalization of the profit method, fifth one is that annuity method, sixth one is the assessment based on turnover. Okay, in this video, let us study about the average profit method and arbitration method. So arbitration method is that assessment without any calculation. The buying, that liquidators or the selling company directors or the persons in charge of them may talk with the buying company, and they will be negotiating and fixing an amount as goodwill. So good company making profit only can think about the goodwill. Otherwise, there is no need for giving goodwill. When goodwill is given, then that more amount is given than the original value of the company. Okay, this is the arbitration method. Second one is the average profit, means past year profit should be calculated, 5 years or 10 years profit should be calculated and to be get from the records, and average of it should be calculated, and 2 times or 3 times of that average profit may be given. That is the average profit method. Then third one is super profit method. Super profit method is that actual profit. It is a comparison between the actual profit and the normal profit. Normal profit is the profit given in the industry. If the concern is making more profit than the industry is giving, then only they can think about the goodwill. Super profit is there. Actual profit may be calculated through the averages of last few years, and that is future maintainable profit, and the normal profit is calculated through the normal rate of return into capital employed. Then the difference is actual profit is greater, means super profit, and the super profit multiplied into 2 or 3 times, maybe giving the value of goodwill. Then the capitalization method means the actual capital and the normal capital should be calculated, because from the actual profit with the normal rate of return, the normal capital can be calculated. Actual capital can be calculated from the records. And the difference between the actual profit and normal profit. Normal capital is greater only than goodwill is there. Then about the annuity method. Annuity is that with the reference to annuity number, table 1, and the rate of accumulated value of 1 rupee after a certain period of time, certain rate of interest is the index for annuity, and that value should be multiplied with the super profit normally. Will give the goodwill, that is annuity method. Then assessment based on sales means past 5 or 6 or 10 years sales may be taken, and average of it should be taken, and that basis goodwill may be ascertained. So these are all the 6 different methods of calculating the goodwill. Now let us study the assessment one. I have told that assessment meaning. Second one is the average profit method. In the average profit method, 4 illustrations have been given. Average profit, I told that past years 5 or 6 years profit should be taken, total of it should be calculated, and out of that it should be divided by the number of years. Here let us explain the 4 illustrations presented here. 4 illustrations related to average profit. First illustration is simply they have given 5 years profit, and that 5 years profit should be added and divided by that 5, then it will be giving a value. Now I have given that the illustrations and its solution at the end of this video. Okay. If possible, I can give in the beginning or at the end. Then, in the second illustration, you see that weighted average profit. Some weight is given. Means last first year and 5 years profit has been taken, and the first year means 1 weight is given. Second year means 2 weight is given. Third year 3 weight. Fourth year 4 weight. Fifth year 5 weight. Need not be accordingly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or it may be 2, 6 like that. That weight may be given because inflation, that profit of 5 years back may be greater now, that according to the monetary value. That is the basis. And it would be multiplied. Each profit should be multiplied with the last 5 years back profit. First year means into 1, second year 2. Like that, it may be the total have been calculated. And altogether, how many multiplication means 15. Thereby, total should be divided by 15, means that average profit. Then it would be multiplied with some 2 years or 3 years purchase. That is the second illustration. Then third illustration is related to the some adjustment, a fire occurred, thereby some loss. Here we have to find out the maintainable profit, future maintainable profit. Some adjustment should be carried on, shown in the illustration 3 and 4. Some adjustment should be carried on in that respective years where that adjustment is given. Say in the fire occurred means, I am generally telling, you can see the illustration and find out. That the profit got now and which we could not receive in the future, means in that particular year that profit should be deducted. So the future maintainable profit to be calculated means non-recurring. We are terming it as non-recurring loss or non-recurring profit or gain. But non-recurring loss means a fire occurred, that will not often occur. Thereby that loss, and after deducting that compensation from the insurance company, how much loss has been treated in the particular year means that amount should be added back. Any non-recurring loss means that should be added. Non-recurring income means that should be deducted because some profit and sale of some machinery or due to some seasonality of sales, the profit occurred. That amount will not occur in future. Thereby that would be deducted in that particular year to get the maintainable profit. And then total of it should be calculated. Then average should be calculated. It's very well explained in the illustration solution. Then in the fourth illustration, it is stated about the overvaluation of the closing stock, undervaluation of closing stock, overvaluation of in opening stock, undervaluation of opening stock. Like that, I have to tell one thing. You just see because of that whether profit is increased. If profit increased means that you should deduct, and if profit decreased means you should add it back for know the future maintainable profit. I will tell first about the opening stock. If the value of opening stock is unduly increased means thereby the profit is reduced, because if the debit item increase means that it affect the decrease of profit, expenses, increase the expense, thereby loss, unexpected additional the decrease in profit or loss, that should be added. Yeah, that means opening stock is unduly decreased. Undervaluation of opening stock means overvaluation. I have told. Undervaluation means that less expense is shown less. That is left hand side. Then thereby that unduly the profit is increased. How much profit is increased means that portion should be deducted. Profit means unduly increased means that should be deducted. Like that, closing stock means overvalued means that will be on the credit side. Thereby it is like just like sales. Then increased means it will unduly increase the profit. Then that should be deducted. Undervaluation means that unduly deducted the credit side is decreased. Thereby that amount decrease the profit. Thereby you should be added back. So overvaluation of closing stock means deducted, and undervaluation of closing means added. Overvaluation of opening stock means deducted. Undervaluation of opening stock means added. Okay. Overvaluation of opening stock means that should be, added, because that unduly reduced. Undervaluation means deducted. Okay. Okay, thank you very much.